Hey, what's up everybody, Andrew here. Today we're looking at the Funyet 16-inch gaming laptop that retails for $349, but you can catch it on sale occasionally for around $309 or give or take around that range. This is a gaming laptop that can play like older games. I wouldn't expect to play any AAA titles. You can expect to play games like Sims 4, Dirt 3, and many indie titles. But let's take a look at the design first. This laptop comes in at 3.5 pounds and 0.8 inches thick. Overall, I find this laptop still very compact and lightweight despite having a large 16-inch IPS display. Let's take a look at the ports here. On the left side of the laptop, you got a USB 3, AC charging port, and a micro HDMI port. I kind of wish there was a full size, but it is what it is. Alright, now let's take a look here. And we got on the right side, you got a USB 2, USB 3, and a 3.5mm headset jack. Now let's take a look at the display flex here. In the middle, there's a little bit of flex here, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Next up, let's look at keyboard flex. FYI, I'm going to be pushing out very firmly here. Let's start at the top. There's no flex. Now in the middle, there is some flex here. But again, FYI, I'm pushing out very hard. In regular typing scenarios, you're not going to get that kind of budges. Now let's take a look here at the bottom left and the right. There is some flex here as well. But just keep in mind, like I said, I'm pushing out very firmly. In normal situations, you're not going to be pushing it like this. Overall, for a laptop with this price range, the build quality is good. Alright, let's take a look at the trackpad. You do get an extra large trackpad, which is nice. You get a lot of room here to move around, do gestures, multi-touch. Let's see, 2-finger scrolling is very smooth and precise. Overall, I've been pretty impressed with this trackpad actually. Let's see here, let me click on this link here. And then I'm going to try to go backwards. Let's see how it responds. Wow, you see that? Overall, this trackpad has been an excellent performer in my book. One of the corners cut here on this laptop, I believe, are the speaker performance. There are two small drivers right here, and the sound quality and levels is pretty subpar. And they're not really loud, to be honest. And during my test here, I got around 75 to 78 decibels. Here's a quick test. I usually put the unboxing at the beginning of the video, but I didn't want to bore you guys out. But it's pretty simple here. It was a box inside of a box with some padding, power adapter. Let's see here. You also get your laptop here with some padding, instruction manuals. The padding was excellent, by the way. Overall, A+ in terms of padding and protection. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Funyet 16-inch gaming laptop NY08 model, which features a Intel N150 quad-core Twin Lake processor. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD, a 16-inch Full HD display, which comes in a resolution of 1920 by 1200, 0.2-inch micro bezel, which gives you an impressive 90% screen-to-body ratio. It also only weighs 3.5 pounds, and it retails for $339. With occasional sales, you could catch it for $309, which makes it an incredible value. And last but not least, you get your AC power adapter here. One small caveat is I kind of wish this laptop had a USB-C, but at this price point, that is really nitpicking. Out of the box, on the 512 gigabyte M.2 SSD, you're left with around 443 gigabytes of free space. And the SSD speeds on this M.2 drive is actually pretty fast. You're getting around 545 megabytes a second for the read speed, and approximately 495 megabytes a second for the write speeds. These speeds are pretty impressive for a budget laptop at this price range, and when you combine that with 16 gigabytes of RAM, everything feels fast and snappy. This laptop features the latest Intel Twin Lake N150 processor, which was launched in November 2024. This processor features 4 cores. It can turbo up to 3.6 gigahertz. It runs pretty cool and efficient. It's meant for day-to-day tasks like word processing, web browsing. You can push its limits with occasional light-duty gaming, and we'll put that to the test shortly. Overall, this is a good solid processor for a budget entry-level laptop. Next up, we got some benchmarks here on the Intel Twin Lake N150. For the single core score, I got 1,172. For the multi-core, I got 2,799. And this is using the Geekbench 6. Next up, you got your OpenCL score here for the Intel HD graphics on the Intel N150. I got a score of 4,229. This laptop features a 16-inch Full HD IPS display with a resolution of 1920 by 1200, so slightly better than 1080p. You also get thin micro bezels here, 0.2 inches to be exact. You also get 90% screen to body ratio, which looks incredible at this price point. Check this out, you can also rotate the display all the way down to 180 degrees. Overall, this is a solid display here, being 16 inches at 1920 by 1200. Also IPS, you get excellent viewing angles. This is a solid display for the money. I mean, it's not going to blow your socks out of the water like some higher end laptops, but it's not bad either. In terms of future upgrades, you can upgrade your M.2 drive here by simply unscrewing these two Phillips drivers here. Take these two off, then pop the cover open, and then boom, you have access to it. This model comes with 512GB drive, and they do have a model that features a 1TB drive. Alright, next up we're going to test out the Intel N150 here with the Intel HD graphics card using Minecraft. At 1920 by 1080, we're getting an average around 55 to 60 right now. Frames per second did drop down to 35, give or take. And sometime when you're loading up the world, it can drop to around 10. I mean, that's kind of expected with an integrated graphics card like this one. But for the most part, you can expect around 35 to 45 frames per second, give or take. Let's see here. Let me try to hit this B right here. Let's see how it reacts here while we're moving around. So right now we're hovering around 56 to 60 frames per second. So far, the Intel N150 is holding up here with games like Minecraft at 1920 by 1080. Another popular game here is called Roblox Frontlines, and the N150 handles this game perfectly fine without any issues. I was averaging around 45 to 55 frames per second at 1920 by 1200, which is the default resolution on this laptop. Overall, this game ran perfectly fine. I didn't experience any kind of hiccups. Even during intense battle scenes, it can drop to around 35 frames per second, give or take. But besides that, this game is perfectly playable. Like most Roblox games, they're not as demanding, so the N150 can be able to handle most of them with ease. This laptop did start to heat up a little bit, especially after 30 minutes of playing Roblox Frontlines. On the top section in the middle, I got around 121 degrees Fahrenheit, and the left of the keyboard was approximately 110 degrees Fahrenheit. With a single fan, these temperatures are kind of expected and they're perfectly normal, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Testing. Hey, what's up, guys? Testing out the webcam here on the 16-inch Funyet laptop. Wow, this quality looks actually pretty bad. This looks like VGA quality, or yet even worse. Alright, this is probably where they cut the corners here to keep the cost down, but let me know what you guys think. Alright, let's take a look at some of the settings here on the task manager and performance monitor. Right now our CPU usage is around 33 to 46%, using about 38% memory. We're not using the hard disk space right now. Network's running about 3%. Let's take a look at performance monitor. Next up, let's go look at our system information. Here we got Microsoft Windows 11 Pro, so that's good. The latest build, 26100, 16 gigabytes of RAM. Let's see what else we have here. Let's go to components. Network, we're using a Wi-Fi 6 adapter. Wi-Fi 5 adapter. I wish you had a Wi-Fi 6. Would actually have better performance, but the budget and the cuts had to be made somewhere. And that comes with the speakers, the Wi-Fi, and the webcam. Next up, let's check our M.2 drive here. The 512GB drive is actually 476 gigabytes free out of the box, approximately. Overall, these specs are pretty good for the money, and at this price point, you can't really complain and nitpick too much at $349 or less. The keyboard on this laptop is actually pretty solid. It's spacious. The tactile feedback is great. During my test using word processing and responding to emails, I actually enjoyed the tactile feedback on it. And a bonus here, you get a number keypad here on the right, which is pretty rare on laptops nowadays, and it'll definitely come in clutch for those of you that like to crunch a lot of numbers. Overall, it's a solid keyboard. Another nice bonus on the keyboard here is you get a backlit keyboard, which is pretty rare on budget laptops nowadays. You get two settings, low and high. Though I wish there was a medium settings, but at the same time, at this price point, it's really difficult to nitpick. Next up is battery performance, and this laptop features a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. I believe the previous model featured a 5,000 milliamp hour battery pack, so this is a 1,000 milliamp hour upgrade. Overall, during my test, I got an average around, I'd say 4 to 5, sometimes 5.5 hours, but I would say 4 to 5 to be on the safe side. That's actually pretty good battery life here, considering it's a 16-inch laptop running at 1920 by 1200. Now, if you turn on your settings, turn on energy efficient, or kick off the Wi-Fi when you're not using it, you'll definitely get better performance. But overall, I would say solid 4 to 5. Alright guys, let's go and wrap up this review here. Let's go and break down the specs right quick. This one features the Funyet 16-inch gaming laptop, which features 16 gigs of RAM, Intel N150 processor, 512GB SSD, Wi-Fi 5, a full HD IPS display panel running at 1920 by 1200, very thin bezels here that looks like a premium laptop. It's also ultra portable and lightweight, coming in at 3.5 pounds and 0.8 inches thick. A backlit keyboard, Windows 11 Pro. The new model also features a 6,000 milliamp hour battery pack, so battery performance has been increased. So you get roughly around 4.5 to 5.5 hours, give or take. and you also get a 1-year warranty. All of this for a price tag of $349, but at the time of this review, it's currently on sale for $339 minus a $50 coupon. So just keep an eye on the lookout for coupons and promotions. I'll be sure to put a link in the description, that way you guys can get the best deals and prices. Be sure to let me know what you guys think about this laptop. Are you guys interested? Are you going to pick one up? Or are you going to prefer something else? But FYI, this laptop is incredible for its price point. The specs are just really good for what you're getting. I mean, $349 or less with these kind of specs, kind of unheard of 2-3 years ago. But as we fast forward to 2025, this is now a reality. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, as it definitely helps out the channel.